mouth. I'm a ring guy now, so he's like, I love his sense of style, and like, it was great. He's such a nice, approachable dude. I think he honestly moved to Nashville. I can't remember when, but it wasn't that long ago.
Yeah.
And part of his story is that he lived out of his car.
Hello, everyone. This is Craig Ries of Hollywood Junkets, and season 22 is in full swing. I'm so happy to see The Voice back. After a little bit of break in the spring, we are back in the fall, and as always, we will do recaps. We will tell you our opinions of the show, and my favorite thing is getting interviews with the contestants and artists from the show, and we are doing that again, and today we are lucky to have the Dryes joining us today. Guys, thank you so much.
Thanks, Craig.
Thanks for having us.
Yeah,
of course. In case you don't know, they are now on Team Blake. And after a very awesome audition, they chose with Blake, and we'll get into all of that. But yeah, let's just jump right in. Katelyn and Derek, before the audition, you did mention that you'd be interested in possibly doing country music, but with another coach besides Blake. And Gwen did turn for you. So did Gwen or did any of the other coaches have a chance, or was it always going to be Blake?
I kind of felt like, at least my optimum opinion would be for Gwen and Blake to turn, because it's the whole husband and wife thing. Kind of get one with the other, you know what I mean?
Hopefully.
And I mean, honestly, Gwen made it hard in a lot of what she said. It was very honoring, and we had a moment where we were like, oh man, we could go with her totally. I think we just went with our gut and our genre per se. It's always kind of a genre thing with a lot of artists on the show, right? But there was something about Gwen that was really approachable. I knew she was pretty approachable already, but I could see how her and Blake go together.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
I mean, it was definitely hard in the moment. I honestly didn't expect her to turn around for whatever reason. We said something in the interview before of like, it would be fun if like the husband and wife turned around for us, and then she did, but for whatever reason, I didn't think, in the moment she would. So she made it hard. Like she said a lot of amazing things to us, but I think we just went with our gut. I don't know.
Yeah.
It just felt like Blake. I don't know.
That was going to be one of my questions later, is in the moment, did you realize that a married couple was fighting for a married couple? But y'all kind of thought about that beforehand, which is kind of awesome that it turned out that way. And that is a Voice first. That has never happened before.
I love that.
Yeah.
That's what I hear.
Now, I didn't know that until after it aired, and then we saw these, like USA
Articles,
Today and just different places like talking about it. I was like, that's pretty cool. I love that.
It is very cool. Yeah. Definitely, that'll go down in the Voice history books. I loved that moment. That was
I love that.
So guys, I know that you have original songs as well. In fact, I checked out your House of Fire music video, which is fire. Very cool. Loved it. Do you want to or plan on doing original songs on the show?
Yeah, we hope to. We don't know how that's going to go down logistically yet. Especially since there's battles and knockouts and there are other contestants involved. But, hopefully in the lives we can do our own thing, if you know what I mean.
Yeah, I mean, we would love to be able to do original music. We also don't have a problem with doing, covers, because it's what we did for many years before we put out original music. But it would be an honor to be able to do that song. It's been really cool. We've had people reaching out to us who saw us on the show, and they're like, we saw you on the show and we loved you, and then we looked you up and saw that you had original music, and we love these songs. And that's been like the coolest part for us, I think, is, because we've worked so hard over the last 15 years together, just writing music and releasing stuff. And now I really do feel like it's getting the attention that we've always hoped it would,
Absolutely. And I think it's great that you have stuff already out there, because all we want to do as fans and new fans is find more stuff. And sometimes these are brand new artists that haven't released a song or anything yet. So it's been really neat to go back and kind of go back in y'all's history and your past. So
I will say that's been one great thing to interact with is our original music and new fans. I mean, The Voice is a new connection point, and it's been fun.
Yep.
Kind of around the same lines of original songs, there are other singing competition shows out there that allow you to perform your original songs, maybe more so than The Voice. So what was your decision process in choosing The Voice over possibly other competition shows?
Yeah,
I think with The Voice, it was just one of those moments where it just felt like the timing was right for us. And I don't know. I mean, I think we both just went into it knowing that whether we did an original up front or if we did a cover, it would be a good thing either way for us. And so because we already have music out, like, we've already been talking about, but also, I love the way that The Voice honors like people who already have music out, and so with us already having music, I think The Voice, I don't know, it is our favorite show out of the shows. And we have other people that we know that have done the show as well. And so, yeah, it's just a good track record that we've seen.
I would say it's an innately positive show. I mean, even the friends that we made who didn't, get for like any chair turns, I felt like they were honored and like given, constructive feedback, but like at least like honored rather than kind of, did they put them on there to, exploit them or whatever? And it was, obviously not the case, especially with the show. So.
Yeah.
Right. Well, I'm glad to hear that you are a fan of the show, because I'm going to move one of my questions up. Last season, we had our first group trio win the show, a girl named Tom. So I was going to ask if you watched the show, but I'm assuming you did.
Mm-hmm. Yes. Yeah. So my parents, so I've watched the show for years. Actually, we were going through like footage recently and we found a clip of us literally, like, we were at my parents' house and it's just like a random video and
I was playing guitar.
He was playing guitar and I go, we're about to watch The Voice. And it was just cute because we've watched it for years.
That was like 10 years ago, I think.
Yeah. And so we've seen it through the years, and like I've seen, duos on the show, I guess a few times, but last year with the trio winning, I don't think there's ever been like a duo or a trio. I mean, obviously not a trio who's won, but that was super cool. And I think that was also another like nudge to us that it just felt like the right timing. Just let's try, let's do it. I mean, what do we have to lose? Let's just go for it.
Totally.
And they're
literally
amazing.
Took the question out of my mouth. I was going to ask if that motivated you, but I just think that's awesome. Mentioned timing, and with that group winning the season before, I agree. I think this was the right time. So
yeah, well, thank you.
Yeah. So we've opened for Little Big Town, which is awesome. What other artists have you opened for that we as viewers would know?
We opened for Kansas one time
that was random.
At a beer festival. It was a beer festival in North Carolina. It was the first year, I believe. It was like, didn't we go on? Like,
it was so funny.
It was like right as the gates were opening, or
we were like
even
the first
before
band.
The gates opened. It was like
as people were walking in.
Not the prime spot.
Yeah.
So I wouldn't say we opened for them.
You were at the ticket booth. You're at the entrance of the ticket booth. You're like right there.
Yeah.
Just to welcome everyone.
We've done Steel Magnolia. Actually, I think the girl Megan Lindsay, I think she was on The Voice from what I remember. But she was in a duo. She was in a duo prior. We opened for them. I mean, Bucky Covington, he was part of the show. We opened up for him a long time ago.
Oh my gosh, bring back memories.
Yeah. So I mean, and we've done some shows with like Sarah Evans, like she's joined us for like a writer's round once. And,
totally.
And so it's been really fun. I mean, our goal, honestly, it would be to go on tour with Little Big Town. Like that would be like a dream come true. And so that's probably been our favorite, but we've had the opportunity to do a lot of cool things. Yeah,
I think in the past few years, like we're literally in our studio now. We've been in a one bedroom for almost the whole time we've been here. We've stayed with, some family friends that got us into town. And my point being, like, we didn't release music until 2018, really, even though we've been doing a lot of writing and stuff up until then. So I think for us, we've just, we're ready to get back out there because we've been spending so much time in the studio and just learning new skills that we didn't really know we had until we moved here.
Our goal is to be doing more shows. So
I think you're on the right path.
Yeah.
All these artists that you mentioned, did any of them happen to reach out to you after your episode aired for the first time on The Voice?
Well, not most of them, but I actually did just do background vocals with Sarah Evans this past weekend. And she actually told the audience that our episode was on that week, it had already aired. And so she was like, you should watch for the Dryes. And I didn't expect her to do that at all. So that was really special because, I grew up listening to her and I think she's an amazing artist. And so that was fun to be able to do background vocals with her last weekend and just have her kind of highlight Derek and I. That was really cool.
Yeah.
Guys, final question. How was it working with Jimmie Allen? And I do think it was interesting that Blake mentioned that he had never worked with Jimmie before. Usually they bring on people that they've collaborated with or know personally. Yeah. So how was that experience? Tell us everything you can. I know it's limited, but
well, I think for me, he's rubbing off. I'm a ring guy now, so he's like, I like his sense of style, and like, you know, it was great. He's such a nice, approachable dude. I think he honestly moved to Nashville. I can't remember when, but it wasn't that long ago.
Yeah.
And part of his story is that he lived out of his car until he, you know, did certain things. And it was just really inspiring to just be around someone who's like, I guess that fresh as far as like up the ladder, I suppose, but still very much down to earth. So
yeah, I mean, we saw him at CMA Fest 2 years ago, and he honestly is so good live. And so, you know, knowing that he was going to be the mentor, it was really cool to actually meet him, and he's very, very genuine and just super talented. So we were just like soaking it in, you know?
Yeah.
Oh, I cannot wait to see how that went in the battles. Dries, thank you so much for this awesome interview. Y'all did great. I can tell you've done this before. Like, yeah.
We just always want people to feel at home with us.
Yeah,
so hopefully you felt that.
Yeah, I definitely did. Y'all were awesome. You even answered some questions before I got to him, which is makes it easier for me. So
well,
so good, man.
We appreciate you. Thank you for
thank you, Katelyn and Derek. I'm so excited for you and your journey on The Voice. I hope to get to interview again, because that means you've made it further in the show. So hopefully this will be the last time I get to talk to you. But congratulations and good luck with the rest of your time.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, Craig.
It was great meeting you.
You too. Good luck.
Thanks.
Bye.
Bye, guys. And yes, that'll wrap it up. Again, that was the Dries from Team Blake. I cannot wait to see what else they do on the show. Again, my name is Craig Ries. This is Hollywood Junket. Please subscribe and follow, because we've got lots more voice videos coming up this season. Until next time, see you then.